But we already have breaking news going on tonight at 8:01. Has there been another Election Day snafu in Luzerne County? Newswatch 16's Chelsea Strub is live for us tonight with that. What can you tell us, Chelsea?
Good evening, Scott. Hi, Corey and Lisa, too. I'm outside the Elections Bureau here in Wilkes-Barre. You can see behind me the sheriff is here, and we have cones set up. They're ready to bring in those ballots from all the polling places throughout the county. Now, as you guys remember, last Election Day in November, voters used ballot marking devices to cast their ballots, which is a giant monitor like a large iPad where people fill out their ballots by touching the screen, and the ballot prints out on a piece of paper, and that piece of paper is put in a scanner machine. Now, in November, those printers ran out of paper. So this election season, this time around, the elections office decided to use paper ballots for the voters, where people fill out their ballot by hand and then scan those paper ballots that they filled out by hand in the same scanning machines. Now, one polling place in Hunlock Creek this afternoon ran out of those paper ballots that voters fill out by hand for a period of time, and this is what the elections director had to say about it.
They had an extremely high turnout for this municipal primary because when we do paper ballots per the state Department of State guidelines, we take the last 3 municipal primary turnouts and we use that to determine how many ballots to send to each precinct, and we sent them even more than the recommended amount, and they still were short, and they just had a really high turnout in that area.
So a lot of people are saying, like, how on earth could we run out of paper again?
Well, we didn't run out of paper because they still had the ballot marking device to use as well. So no voter was denied the right to vote or turned away.
They just had to wait longer if they had to use the ballot marking device.
Correct. They would have just had to use that. And then, like I said, we sent out a rover and he had more paper ballots. So it all worked out.
Elections Director Aaron Harvey tells me there is a paper ballot inside this elections office for every registered voter in Luzerne County, but they do not send all of those ballots out to the polling places initially, because if they aren't expecting that many voters to turn out, that would create a lot of work on the back end following an election, where election workers would have to log and account for every single one of those ballots. So what happened was the average of the last 3 municipal elections did not add up to the amount of voters that came out to that polling place today. Now, she said everywhere else in the county, turnout was low. Chelsea Strub, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Wilkes-Barre.